Hi friends! This week we are going to read 3 different versions of my favorite fairy tale. My favorite fairy tale is Jack and the Beanstalk, and it has so many different versions beyond the 3 that we're going to read this week. But we're going to really use those 3 books to help us focus on story elements, and not just regular story elements, because I know that we've been working on those. But we're going to work on fairy tale story elements. So if you can see next to Miss Lodato, oh, my camera's the opposite, are some elements that we find in fairy tales. So the first one is characters, and those are the people, the animals, and the creatures that we see in a story, because we know that it's not always people. The second element that I want to talk about is the setting, and that's when and where the story takes place. If it takes place during the day or at night or at a house or maybe even a castle. The third story element is the problem in the story. So what went wrong? What is going on in the story that is giving usually the characters a big issue? So what is going wrong? What went wrong in the story? The fourth one is the solution, so how the problem got fixed. How did the characters fix the problem? And then the last one, which is special just for fairy tales, is the magic. And magic is usually a mysterious power, like our magic wand. And I know that you have probably read and even watched many fairy tales. But to get our brains ready before you hear our first version of Jack and the Beanstalk, we're going to do some mirror words. Now, if you haven't done mirror words before, that's okay. We're going to practice together. And mirror words is just another way of saying copy me. So you're going to be my mirror. So if Miss Lodato says mirrors on, you're going to say mirrors on. So let's try that. Mirrors on. Good job. So you're going to copy everything I say. And then when I'm done, I'm going to say mirrors off. And you're going to turn your mirrors off. So I hope my mirrors are ready. So mirrors on. Good job. Fairy tale story elements are characters. Characters are people, animals, and creatures. Great job. Another element is setting. Good job. The setting is when and where the story takes place. I hope you're doing your great big gestures to make those stick in your brain. Another element is the problem. The problem is what went wrong. You are doing an amazing job with your mirrors and words. Another element is the solution. Great job. The solution is how the problem got fixed. Good job. The last element is magic. Good job. Magic is a mysterious power. Great job. We're going to review those story elements every day before our lesson so they can stick in your brain. Now, when you're listening to this version of Jack and the Beanstalk, I want you to pay close attention to the characters. Oh, Miss Lodato forgot to say mirrors off. Mirrors off. Now, we're going to listen to that version of Jack and the Beanstalk. When we're listening, I want you to pay very close attention to the characters, the setting, the problem, the solution, and of course, the magic. And after this story is done, we're going to fill out our graphic organizer to help our brains remember.
Hi, first graders. I'm going to read another version of Jack and the Beanstalk to you today. This title is A Bean, a Stalk, and a Boy Named Jack. And then after we read this book, we're going to fill in our chart, and we're going to think about the main characters, the setting, the problem, the solution, and what the magic was in this book. A bean, a stalk, and a boy named Jack. Once upon a time, there was a smallish green bean, regular as they come, the last one out of the pod. Did it look like a bean that would make a difference? Did it look like a bean of destiny? Hardly. But you know, things can happen. There was also a smallish kid with a smallish name of Jack. He had a smallish mom, a smallish dad, a smallish cow, and a smallish farm. That's about it. No great shakes. But like I said, things can happen. Or rather, they didn't. As in, it didn't rain for so long that the crops dried up, and the wells dried up, and the rivers and the lakes and the moats and the bird baths. So the people were thirsty, the fish were uncomfortable, the birds were unbathed, and the king's royal pinky had become stinky. I require that my pinky toe be made unstinky. Since there was no water to be had, everyone in the kingdom had to cry enough tears so the king could wash his pinky. Now, this king's name was King blah blah blah. He had a daughter who was Princess blah blah blah, and she was so embarrassed that her dad was making everyone in the entire kingdom cry that she went to the local old wizard guy and said, "Please, please, please do something magical." The local old wizard guy did some reading, and some thinking, and some drawing, and some mathing, and some magicking. And, you know, things started to happen. "Hey, I'm a smallish magic bean," said the bean. "Hey, I'm a smallish regular kid," said Jack. "Well, let's do something big," suggested the bean. "Okay," replied Jack. "I like your style, Jack. Back at ya, bean." "All we need to do is dig a hole, put me in it, smooth the dirt, drip 1 drop of water, and repeat some magic words 3 times," said the bean. "Let's give it a go." Wow, those are the magic words. So, a hole was dug, the bean was planted, the dirt was smoothed, a drip of water was dropped, and Jack said, "Give it a go, give it a go, give it a go. Good luck, bean. Back at you, Jack." And then things began to happen. "Keep it going, bean. I think I see something." "You've got it, Jack." "Interesting pipes, bean." "Giant pipes, Jack." "Giant house, bean." "Big bubbles, Jack." "Give me a little help, bean." "All right-a-rooney, Jack." The big bubbles were coming from a really big bathtub in which there sat, guess who? "Hey, I'm a smallish giant kid named Don." "Hey, I'm a smallish regular kid named Jack." So Don, yeah, Jack? Been in the tub long? Yeah, a long time. My pinky was stinky. Wow, that seems to be going around. Suddenly there was a giant knock, knock, knock on the door. Don, yeah, Mom? You've been in there forever. Gee, Don, I guess you gotta go. Yeah, but first, let me help you with that toe. It's funny what a big deal a little toe can be. You think, Jack? Trust me, Don. And Don? Yeah, Jack? Maybe turn off the faucet. Good idea, Jack. And then Jack told Don goodbye and rub-a-dub-dubbed his way home. The trip was a bit draining, but then Jack found his old pal. Back at the castle, the local old wizard guy announced, with some satisfaction, "Your Highness, may I present a bean, a stalk, and a boy named Jack." I see water pouring down from the beanstalk. And before the king could say, "Hey, hey there, hi there, ho there," his pinky was unstinky. "What a day," said the old wizard guy. "What a bean," said Jack. "What a boy," said the bean. "I'm thirsty," said the bean. "I'm Princess blah blah blah," said the princess, "but you can call me Jill." "Well, Jill, if you want to fetch a pail of water for my pal," asked Jack. "Sounds like fun," said Jill. And so they did. The end. Sorta. Boys and girls, you're going to need your graphic organizer and a pencil, so go ahead and get that out and get it ready. Okay, so now we're going to think about our different elements of our story. The title of this story is A Bean, a Stalk, and a Boy Named Jack. And then we're going to think about the main characters. Remember, the main characters are the characters that the book is mostly about, and that they're going to be on almost every page. So the main characters in this book are Jack and the Bean. The setting of this book is a kingdom. The problem in this story is that it did not rain for a very long time, and the king's pinky was stinky. Our solution is going to be that Jack climbed up the magic beanstalk and he found the smallest giant at the top. The smallest giant drained his bathwater and made it rain down on the kingdom. So the king's pinky became unstinky. And the magic in this book is the bean. All right, now it's your turn.